Hello, hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to.
Welcome.
Yeah, we are here. I am Bones. This is S. We are live for the second bracket of the third day of the Checkmate tournament. How you doing today,
Yeah,
S?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm glad. I hope everyone's having a good day.
Yeah, really exciting matches that we just got through just a couple hours ago. So excited to head into this bracket with Vice Versa and Strawberry Milk.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm really excited. It looks like we have a really great set of matchups today, so I'm really excited to show everyone that.
Definitely a lot of really good potential. I suppose we should just start going over the teams now. Let's start with Vice Versa.
Yeah, Vice Versa has like a really good group of survivors and hunters. It looks like we have a lot of containment type players here, so I'm really excited. We have lots of like antiquarian and patient players as well, so there's definitely the possibility of seeing those two. And when we also, it looks like we have another Ripper main on the team here. If you guys were here last weekend, I'm really hoping for those. And yeah, lots of Dream Witch, Breaking Wheel, Bloody Queen, all exciting.
Yeah, hopefully they will let that Ripperman out to play. Santi is hunting for Team Vice Versa on the sub hunter, but always a chance to still see that Ripper come out. And yeah, definitely something that we were hoping for last weekend. Didn't get to see. Maybe we'll see it this time. We don't know. But yeah, moving on to the other team, Strawberry Milk, actually sort of a home team advantage here for this team.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, and I have been asked to bring this up. This is not. I'm not attempting to make a personal attack on Strawberry Milk, but they do have some personal problems. They are suffering from the loss of a parrot, a beloved pet to the team. So, we will see if that affects their performance today at all. But yeah, we have some pretty strong survivors on the side of Strawberry Milk, as well as some really strong hunters. We could be seeing that Wax Artist, we could be seeing that Hermit. Both hunters who we have been seeing perform very strongly in this current meta. But yeah, we've actually got a dedicated decoder main on the side of Strawberry Milk, which is really interesting, and not something that we see a lot nowadays. So definitely something that
No.
I'm looking forward to. Could be seeing that Prisoner. I know we were hoping for a Prisoner last week. Um, could be seeing that mechanic. Could be seeing even an overconfident Composer. But yeah, definitely we are in for some really interesting matches. If we caught those matches earlier, with Sky and Discord Kittens 2.0, such intense matches. Definitely, if you haven't yet, after this, go back and watch those. Such strong plays on both sides, had me on the edge of my seat, even saw Mad Eyes, so definitely would recommend watching those. But, we're in for more now, so
Yeah, I mean, I'm really
yeah,
excited. You're right. That Mad Eyes plays earlier was
that
phenomenal.
Mad
Honestly,
Eyes
it's
was
always so nice
crazy.
seeing Berg out there.
Yeah, no, really excited to see sort of those off-meta hunters, and, really hoping that we do see those off meta hunters. Again, could be seeing that Ripper, could be seeing maybe not too far off meta, but that Wax Artist has only come out a couple of times so far. Definitely
Yeah.
enjoy seeing Wax Artist being utilized in this current meta. Could be seeing some Dream Witch. There's kind of been a lack of Dream Witch today, and I'm missing her. Yes, I'm missing her.
I mean, I'm always missing her. Nidra, she's always just one of those characters. I always love watching matches with her. Just because like the mental gymnastics it takes to be like a Dream Witch player too is always super interesting to me. I mean, it takes a lot of very precise like concentration, so
Yeah, definitely one of those more difficult hunters to play and with great results. And, we all know I want to see that lizard. I will not stop asking until somebody shows me the lizard. I still want to see the evil reptilian come out to play. One of those picks, just like the Mad Eyes. I know the chat was sort of questioning that pick earlier. Maybe not the best map. Maybe not. Able to be utilized to its full potential. But those off-meta picks can really catch a team of survivors off guard, especially when it's a hunter who just isn't normally played, and that evil reptilian might be at a disadvantage. But sometimes the surprise picks are the ones that can catch, especially these high tier survivors used to going with that current meta. Pick something off meta, catch them off guard. But definitely
I
a lot of
definitely
things to
agree.
see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with the more so off meta choices that come from both like hunter and survivor sides. It definitely leaves room for catching each other off guard, so I'm really excited to see. And it does look like we've gone into our map bans and picks. It looks like we banned Red Church.
Yep, and we're going to be heading to that arms factory, so definitely a lot of hunters. We could be seeing that Dream Witch coming out first round. Such a good pick on arms factory.
Mm-hmm.
We could be seeing a Bloody Queen. Could be seeing a Ripper. Probably less.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Could be seeing that lizard. You never know.
You never know.
But yeah, definitely really excited to see, Red Church, definitely something that we want to get out of the way. Not the most fun map for anybody who's on it, but Arms Factory, great areas to kite in, lots of windows, lots of just areas to just be able to contain the hunter, keep them occupied, and allow your teammates to decode those ciphers. So, but still a small map, still with the hunter able to sort of enact that pressure on those ciphers. Bloody Queen, so strong on this map,
Oh, for
able to just
sure.
mirror to wherever she wants. Dream Witch as well, not really having to worry so much about keeping those leeches in line, able to just plant the body and go wherever she wants. So definitely one of the more balanced maps that we have, and a really good pick for this first round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally already biased in the sense that I love smaller maps. Red Church and Arms are two of my go-tos all the time.
Yeah, I like big maps. I like Lizard. Too
I
many
know.
walls on Arms Factory. Not enough room. I'm gonna bump my head.
I understand entirely.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to be heading into that ban and pick screen, and we're going to see that Seer got out of the way first, and the Dancer and Mercenary picked already. Yep, Dancer, obviously a go-to on a map like Arms Factory. So many good places for those boxes. We've seen her utilized beyond her fullest potential in Call of the Abyss. Just able to, drop a pallet right over that slow box. Immediate transition. So definitely really, really good work on the side of survivors, able to lock that in right away.
Yeah, I'm really excited. With how strong Dancer's become, it's not very often you get to see her in play. So honestly, I always take what I can get. I'm obsessed with her. And it does look like our second survivor ban is the barmaid, and we're also getting a psychologist ban. Two very strong characters. It looks like I feel like we're kind of setting up for a Dream Witch play here. Just because you have that psychologist and that barmaid ban. Very two strong characters against Dream Witch.
Yep, and we are going to see that Acrobat come out. Definitely agree with you, S, on that possible Dream Witch setup. Could also see a Bloody Queen with these picks, definitely very much trying to get out of the way those survivors who are not very nice going against a single hit hunter.
Yeah.
But yeah, Acrobat also great on a map like this, using those balls to create distance. Mercenary, classic pick, always very, very strong. And in these earlier rounds, it's just really showcased here the versatility of the survivor lineup. How many survivors, you ban one, 3 more pop up who are just as viable. So we are going to see that Enchantress ban coming out here. I believe that's going to be the end of our survivor bans. Yeah, definitely trying to sort of get away from that tight kiting, get away from all those survivors who just give single hit hunters a run for their money. So definitely looking at, you know, a pick like the Bloody Queen, pick like the Dream Witch, something along those lines, you know, able to just start out strong here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first match is always one of those matches that you always have to pay attention to because this is usually when you get to see everyone fully utilize like the characters they're strongest with. Especially for our hunter. I do know that we do start off with some survivor bans, but even then, like survivor means they always got more than just one. So if your main's banned first match, it probably won't be the next time. And you know what? It always leaves that opportunity to really show off your skill and how much you love just playing this game. And it does look like our last and final selection is the patient. Really excited. To be honest.
Yeah, really excited to see that patient coming out here on Arms Factory. So strong, especially in that factory area, able to just hook right through those windows. Really making, you know, a map like this with those able to hook between the walls, able to hook basically anywhere. Really, really strong. Sort of a similar utilization to the Merc, just able to break that distance, especially with all of these other survivors blocked. No seer to work with, no psychologist, no barmaid. Able to still transition safely with those hooks, with those elbow pads. And yep, it looks like our persona webs have just come in, and we have got all three, the dancer, the acrobat, and the patient. All of them are going to be bringing broken windows, and the mercenary is going to have tied, and we're going to see a hermit
Right
coming
off
out
the
here on this
bat,
first
yeah.
round.
You know, it was very off, but you know, I'm really excited. Alba gameplay is one of those things that it's just like it's sets up for a decently long match, but it's one of those matches where you just have to sit and wait because it's definitely one of those matches that's like up in the air. Especially with that decoding coming off of Alba, it's just something to look out for sure.
Yeah, and I've actually been playing the Hermit recently, trying to
Really?
test him out. Definitely just a really strong hunter. And yeah, so we are going to be seeing the survivors are going to be, I believe, yes, vice versa, and the hunter here is from Strawberry Milk. So we are going to see Ender. Definitely unsurprised at that Hermit pick. I apologize, I was not sure who was hunting and who was surviving. Probably would have guessed Hermit if I had known that it was Ender hunting.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite sure yet. So, you know, sticking to that old meta, doesn't really fail except for when it does. But yeah, we are going to see the Hermit. Definitely unsurprised that Ender's going to be pulling him out here in that first round, just in case, you know, probably going to get banned in future rounds. But yeah, so definitely really excited to see this Hermit. Arms Factory, you know, kind of an interesting map. A lot of places to get stuck in with that Hermit, but with the ball teleport able to go through walls. Is there a word for that? I really don't. But yeah, still very, very strong, and definitely, you know, suited to deal with that mercenary, able to get in a little bit of chip damage right off the bat. And yeah, but yeah, we are going to see that S badge coming out here with the dancer, so definitely really excited to see what she has in store for us with those boxes.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Especially because now that I've seen like the Hermit into play here, it definitely makes a lot of sense for that Enchantress ban. Just because when
Free
you have all
stacks.
the connections, easy stats. But it's really exciting to be able to see the dancer play in here, just because you don't really see her that often with match compositions like this, and you know those fast boxes. They're a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Yeah, definitely really excited to be able to see, you know, being able to use those boxes to support her teammates, placing them in within those palleted areas, and so many of those on Arms Factory. Really
Right.
able to utilize her to her fullest potential on a map like this, but we're going to head right into it. This is Strawberry Milk Hunting versus Vice Versa Surviving. I am Bones, this is S, and we are heading right into the first round of the third day here in Checkmate. And oh, going to put that polarity area right there. not really giving the patient a chance to avoid it if he wants to loot that factory. And yep, there we go. There's the cipher setup. Looks like
Yeah.
missing kind of missing getting that polarity on the survivors. But oh nope, there we go. Mercenaries got it. Yeah, going to... Oh, there we are. Yep, a beautiful stun by the Hermit. Definitely trying to make sure to get this first down. Not having the polarity on those other survivors is super important. And they don't have the chance at this time to switch their polarity in order to take that damage from the patient. So yeah, really, really smart on the side of Ender here. Making sure that the patient started out with the blue polarity. Everybody starts out with red polarity. Alpha gameplay is so confusing and so hard to explain in a way that is good for commentary, but yeah, we're going to see him just fly all the way over there with the ball and get that polarity right back into this chase.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't know if you noticed earlier, Bones, but the hunter here, oh, beautiful down. And it was a wonderful blink, but I don't know if you noticed, but the Hermit earlier actually disconnected all the ciphers to inhibit that Acrobat from getting that last chance to touch a cipher with some polarity on it, which means there's no shared damage amongst them.
Yeah, definitely very, very smart from Ender. Making sure, because yeah, that's the thing with Hermit gameplay. That polarity, while it can be very strong on a team that doesn't really know what they're doing, in coordinated teams like this, it can be your greatest downfall as well. I know, you know, multiple times I have gotten, oh, interesting elbow pad from this mercenary sort of dashing away, probably trying to avoid getting frozen by that polarity, but able to make his way into basement pretty unharmed.
It does look like our rescue will be a little bit after half, which means if all seems to be going well, we are going to be seeing this merc body block for this patient. Yep. It looks like we're just gonna continue chasing this patient just cause, and on beautiful the shared damage coming from the polarity there. Managed to keep the patient just going just a little bit longer, just so the dancer and everyone else can catch up with the ciphers.
Yeah, really, really strong multitasking work from Ender here. Definitely, you know, showcasing that Hermit to his fullest potential, able to just get that damage done. But look at this area here from the dancer. All of these boxes able to support her teammates like that. And also, no time to break them, because you're going to have to break every single pallet in the area in order to do so. With that slow box, it can be absolutely brutal. But still able to get that polarity stun here on the patient. No shared damage coming in play here. Everybody's got that red charge on. Patient had a blue charge. And we are going to see this patient taking off here. So yeah, definitely pretty strong position for the survivors at this time. Still got 2 people up, but all of them have that red polarity, so you're gonna have to probably game that a little bit just to make sure that all of them are not seeing the ground at the same time. But we are going to see a heal go on over there, getting that dancer back to full health.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd rather see this dancer take this kite just because those boxes, and it looks like the merc is gonna get hit, but with the shared damage, we just have just enough time for the division and for everyone to split off.
Hermit gameplay is so math-based.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, back into this area, but actually going to elbow pad away from it. Just trying to transition as far away as possible. And yeah, those ciphers are making very good time right now, and that's, again, sort of the kick in the bucket with the Hermit gameplay. A lot of the time, your skills can work against you, and with those shared cipher connections, a lot of them are getting decoded a lot faster than they could. But yep, still going to see that chase continue here. With a blink from Ender, and everybody's still got that red polarity, so definitely trying to keep that merc up as long as possible. Oh, Acrobat has just switched off. I'm going to eat my words
now. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be really interesting. I think he swapped off just for the,
Ooh!
Yeah, not to share that damage with the mercenary, just in case there is the possibility of having to rescue here. And it does seem like the merc is down on chair.
Yup, and we
Acrobat
are...
has the prime cipher. With the female dancer going to rescue and to assist with the mercenary, it looks like the hermit is slowly catching on to her here.
Yup, getting that dancer with the blue polarity, making sure that she and the acrobat match. And oh, we are going to see her go down, but very, very smart on the side of vice versa, keeping that acrobat on the prime cipher, just to make sure that, you know, usually you would keep the injured person on the prime cipher, but no, because this is it's still going to get that rescue, but the dancer going to take that hit there. And yep, making sure to connect those exit gates, and the chase is on this mercenary. We are going to see a detention run on Ender's Hermit, meaning that this mercenary will go down the moment that he gets hit, and yep, with no ties utilized, that's going to be right now.
Yeah, I mean, just with the unfortunate circumstances of having that dancer go for the rescue there, and with the hermit being able to stun, unfortunately, it looks like the acrobat's left to open the gate on his own, and the 30% debuff on that gate speed is just so detrimental.
Yeah, especially with that connection from the hermit, we're going to see that gate moving at Nail's pace back there, but yep, already at 54%. We will see if Ender is able to catch up. This could very well be a 4-man situation, but that gate is crawling towards completion.
Yeah, it looks
it's really just a race for time. And a stun coming in here at the last second, buying time for Ender to catch up, and yeah, he has. Oh, missing that heavy hit there. Going to camp this pallet, but yeah, Mike needs to watch out.
Beautiful blink.
There is that down. Absolutely wonderful 4-man for Ender in this first round. Wow.
Honestly, I mean, that was such a flawless and beautiful 4-man. And looking at the stats, I mean, both the merc and the patient had 120 or so seconds on that to kite, and I mean, with Alva matches, anything with the hermit, just because decoding is so slowed, it really just does matter on the length of your kite.
Yeah, I really do want to give a shout out to Vice Versa for sending that dancer for the rescue. I sort of got cut off by the match when I tried to say this before, but with a normal situation, you leave the injured person on that cipher so that they're not getting stuffed before the rescue. But against a hermit, you can't leave that injured person on the cipher. Everybody's got polarity. They're going to go down, and there's not going to be a cipher pop. So definitely, you know, knowing what they're in for, to be expected from survivors of this caliber. But yeah, great work from Ender, able to sort of anticipate that and get that 4-man, leaving the acrobat on the gate. Definitely just really unfortunate situation there with who happened to be chased. But yeah, really, Ender showcasing how much focus really goes into playing that hermit. Almost swapping between that map to reconnect the ciphers. Kind of like almost a Mad Eyes gameplay going on there.
Yeah, I mean,
with that multitasking.
For sure. It takes a lot of focus to just get into which ciphers you should connect to and which ones to disconnect. And honestly, that's why, personally, I don't think I could ever play Hermit. It takes a lot of requirements. And I'm always so impressed, especially when I watch gameplay and watch like my fellow friends and everything when they play him.
Yeah, like I said, I've been trying him out, and you know, watching it at this tier, it's crazy. You know, there's so much thought, there's so many little things that go into playing him, and really into any hunter at this caliber. It's the little things. It's choosing to go for that patient, leaving the acrobat to the end, making sure that he's the person on the gate. You know, sometimes that's chance, but you know, still just very, very fortunate. That's the thing that could turn the tide. If it was any other survivor on that gate, it might have been open in time. But with that acrobat on the gate, and also Ender able to utilize those stuns at the very end, aiming with the hermit is very difficult. There's no crosshairs. They don't give you anything to work with. They're just like, oh, you can eyeball this and make it work. So yeah, definitely very, very impressed with Ender's performance here with a hunter that is very sort of deceptively hard to utilize. But we're gonna head right back into these bans and picks. Vice versa is going to be hunting this time. Strawberry Milk is going to be on the side of the survivors, and we should be seeing these picks file in very, very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see what Vice Versa has to offer on their hunter side after seeing their survivor side. I mean, obviously, we saw some really great teamwork coming from their survivors, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Strawberry Milk also plays.
Yeah, definitely, you know, hoping to see maybe a decoder in this first round. Could be seeing that prisoner come out, but, you know, first round, probably want to play a little bit more towards the meta because that's what's going to end up being banned. On the hunter side, I believe we could be seeing a Dream Witch, possibly a Bloody Queen, you know, going back towards that more traditional meta that we were discussing last match. Probably should have saved that discussion for this one. But...
I mean, honestly, it's always great to discuss like traditional meta because with Koa happening at the same time here, we're seeing a lot of new groundbreaking plays, and new survivors and hunters being played, as well. It just seems like instead of consistent meta through the years, the meta for the past, I think 2-3 years has been consistently changing. So it's always really interesting to see like what everyone comes up with, gameplay wise, and who's willing to keep up with the tradition.
Yeah, really, it's always fun to see what NAU has to offer, and yet we are going to see that Barmaid pick, so definitely we could be seeing that Dream Witch coming out here, or that Bloody Queen, you know, really two hunters that don't want to deal with that Barmaid, and two hunters that are very, very good on a map like this, so yeah, definitely hoping to see that, though, you know, could be blindsided again, you never know. But yeah, as you were saying, I love seeing the picks, I love seeing how the meta changes, and this year, you know, being able to see like Barmaid in the meta. Who would have thought?
Yeah, right. It's like super exciting because I am such a stickler when it comes to old meta. It's something that I still like absolutely adore, and just because of like getting into Identity V at the time and everything, I think I got in around Koa 3. So being able to see like the consistency of having both Dream Witch and Bloody Queen as peak meta picks to be thrown from their thrones is really interesting. And it does look like our first and second lock-ins for the Strawberry Milk side of survivors is going to be that seer and that psychologist, which I'm really excited about. I mean, formidable duo. No one ever discusses them, but the owl and the stress and empathy definitely allows for an extra hit if pulled off precisely.
Yeah, definitely preparing for a Dream Witch or a Bloody Queen on the side of these survivors. Very, very smart to be able to lock in that seer. But yeah, we've been seeing a lot less Dream Witch this year, a lot more Wax Artist, a lot more a little bit Hermit, a little bit of Naiad, but definitely a lot of these picks that we've been seeing in this new meta, you know, focusing more on that flywheel, focusing more on those survivors who can just break that distance. A lot of old meta, you know, revolves around taking those extra hits. Seer able to give in those extra hits. Perfumer used to be meta. Mercenary.
So...
Sorry, I know, that's a sore spot.
I miss her like
but,
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and we're going to see that Mercenary and the Antiquarian get banned. Yeah, really strong bans when you're looking out for one of these teams that, definitely preparing for that single hit hunter. So really, really smart to get that Mercenary, get that Antiquarian out of the way. Don't want to deal with them. Just want to, you know, get those survivors down as fast as possible. Don't want to deal with the Antiquarian and her flute. Don't want to deal with the Mercenary taking altogether way too many hits to get down. Still having to deal with that, you know, with the Psychologist slipping through the cracks there, but there's only so much you can do with first round bans.
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting to see, just because these bans are so up in the air. And I know I keep saying that, but when it comes to a lot of these top, like, tier hunters, I mean, we had this discussion last week, but a lot of these survivors really do counter their own special amount of hunters, just because with certain aspects of each survivor, they also have that counterpart coming from a hunter, and it just always leads to a really great mix. Honestly, it's super exciting to see like all the new and intense ways that teams learn how to play and adapt to all the new hunters coming out. And I mean, it feels like just yesterday every match I saw was going to be a Naiad or a Wheel, and now you don't really even see those two that much. It's pretty intense. And it looks like our third survivor pick is going to be that Acrobat, who also around this time last year crept his way up into the meta, and honestly hasn't really fallen that much. I'm really excited.
Yeah, you know, they kept trying to nerf him last year. They kept trying to sort of knock him off his balls, so to speak. But
can't take my man.
Yeah, yeah, he's held out, you know. And I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you can only nerf a survivor so hard before they just lose their entire purpose. That's why, you know, Priestess could definitely use a nerf. But that's why she hasn't been nerfed, because you take too much away from her. She's not Priestess anymore. She's just Lucky Guy. But yeah, that Acrobat, you know, sticking up in that meta, still able to use those balls to just break the distance to the Hunter. Something that's just so important in this current meta. Can lock off the Hunter's skills, also great. Slow him down, also great. The white balls don't really do much, but you know, they still break distance, and that's just as great as the rest of them. Just really, really versatile. Again, only drawback, the gates, which we definitely saw in that last match. But you know, as long as you don't put him on the gate, he's great. He'll be fine.
Right.
Just make sure he's not still there at the end. But
No,
yeah,
for sure.
I'm curious. Will they ban the female dancer, or will they bring out the female dancer? Because I would be very surprised to not see her somewhere on the screen in the next minute or so. Definitely something that you might want to get out of the way, especially considering, you know, if that area in the center had been utilized a little more. There were so many music boxes set up there, both slow and fast boxes, just able to give the Hunter a run for their money. And especially if we're setting up for a single hit Hunter like this, really, really strong loopable area. And we're actually going to see the Entomologist get banned.
Oh, really?
That'd be exploit, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, definitely, or Ripper, but you know, up in the air. Definitely looking to get rid of those bees. Still, you know, such a strong pick to get off the field at this time. Yeah, hopefully we will be seeing that female dancer come out to play now that she's been given the opportunity to. But yeah, definitely, you know, Entomologist still such a strong survivor, and yeah, really, really able to be utilized on a map like this with those bees. Just strong in any area that has all of those walls and windows, able to just block them off, take the hit, you know, keep moving. And also able to support her teammates with that honey on those pallets and windows. And great.
Interesting choice. You know what? Honestly, it's really
I miss
nice
Rescuer meta.
Yeah, I do too. I was just gonna say, like, it's really nice seeing these, like, more independent, like, teams from NAEU keep up with, the Gravekeeper pick, especially just because he's mostly one of those characters that's very versatile. He can kite, he can rescue, and, you know, unlike some rescuers, he does have the ability to decode.
You didn't have to throw the mercenary under the bus like
that.
No,
I had to, sorry.
This to him. He's been through so much.
We all. But, I mean, you know, the only one rescuer I would love to see more of, the coordinator. Please, sweet Martha.
But you just have to bring excitement, and she's dead. That's it. That's all you have to do. She's got that one gun and a dream. I mean, maybe we could, you know, anything could happen.
I was gonna say anything could happen, and honestly, she's not dead. She's not dead after the gun. I mean, the coordinator
She
and the
doesn't
toy
have any
merchant
items,
are
though.
definitely a
Yep,
force to be
with the
reckoned
toy
with.
merchant. Definitely with the toy merchant, but maybe we'll see that on a map where the toy merchant's really able to play. If we see a Leo's come out, if we see Moonlight come out, something like that, where the toy merchant's able to set up those catapults. Could see that silly little combination going on there, a little bit of teamwork. And yep, we are going to see that classic new co-op meta with that Persona webs. We've got everybody on that flywheel except for Gravekeeper, who is bringing Tide today. Definitely glad it's the Gravekeeper bringing Tide and not somebody else, but everybody else able to utilize that flywheel, and we've seen just how powerful flywheel can be in these tournaments so far.
I mean, I feel like we also had this conversation. Sorry. It's a dream come true. We're seeing a dream witch. I'm cutting myself off, but like.
Yep, we are going to be seeing that dream witch coming out today. Definitely, very, very happy to see her. And oh, sorry, we're continuing with the mercenary slander in the chat right now. Anyway, back on topic here. We are going to be seeing that Dream Witch come out. Such a strong hunter on this map. And yeah, just so excited to see how she's able to be utilized. And I believe we're actually seeing a bit of a dual faction action going on here with vice versa, which I suppose makes sense, and also a completely empty username. Hey, how do you do that?
You have
We've
to
got
use
nobody
special
in that last spot.
I can send you that.
There's nobody there. Anyway, yeah, definitely really, really excited to see how this Dream Witch functions. Still got to contend against that Psychologist, automatically takes 3 hits to get down, against that Seer,
right.
Probably automatically takes 3 hits to get down, able to utilize the Owl. And oh, hello, Jack.
Hello, Mr. Ripper.
You're not here yet, but we're going to be seeing, yep, there we are, there's that Dream Witch coming here, classic warm clothes. Yeah, really, really excited to see her once again on this map. Very excited to, hopefully we're going to see that Patroller coming out, getting a bite to eat. Cocoa Bean's looking very delicious over there. I don't know about you,
he
but
does look pretty scrumptious.
Very, very edible. Very good food for that dog.
And for Jupiter, we are seeing that feathered cloak. So sweet.
Yeah, I'm assuming possibly a little bit of skin sharing going on there. Definitely here to show off the threads. Showing off, and yeah, we're going to see very, very classic that cross spawn. That blank name is throwing me off so bad. I'm so sorry. It's
interesting.
Mike is just playing right now.
That is the Michael Morton. And you know what? Speaking of Dream Witch, I'm so very excited for that S tier for the anniversary. She's beautiful.
My god, me too. She is so nice. I'm so excited for this anniversary. We're finally getting a Hell Ember B tier, first skin in like 2 years. But back on topic, we're heading right into that match. We're going to see this Dream Witch heading towards the center, a little bit around. Everybody's spawning in, getting on their ciphers, and we're going to see that Gravekeeper seen first, but probably not going to head there. Try to find a better target than that Gravekeeper to go for.
It looks like that Dream Witch is doing a straight detour away from the Gravekeeper. Probably not someone that you would really want to chase first. I think the biggest problem you'd want to get out here between the two of them is either the Acrobat here or the Psychologist. And it does look like the Acrobat is our first chase here. I mean, that Firebomb is definitely one of those forces to be reckoned with, coming from the Acrobat.
Yeah, we're gonna see a very nice sandwich setup here, but able to avoid it, sort of running with that ball. Dream Witch trying to anticipate that ball, but Mike's just going to head over and continue able to utilize these pallets. Those leeches are catching up though. And oh, a flywheel to avoid that hit.
Ooh.
Beautiful work from this acrobat who has no name. And oh, a pallet stun as
Oh,
well.
wonderful,
Still avoiding those
wonderful.
hits. We're seeing some really great work here on the side of Strawberry Milk for this round. But we are going to see that Patroller, and the Patroller is hungry for a little bit of baked goods. But oh, able to get that vault off just in time.
Interesting.
Wow. This is such a great start for Strawberry Milk right now with this acrobat on the kite, but it looks like vice versa might be changing targets. And oh, yep,
yeah.
dropping that Patroller, taking a bite out of the Psychologist today from that main body and giving that Spawn Follower just a little bit of time to catch up, and yep, getting that first hit in there on the Psychologist. A little bit late already, still got that Cypher. One Cypher popped, one Cypher almost popped. Could be off to a stronger start, but you know, matches just started. Anything could still happen. We could be seeing those tides change very, very quickly.
And I mean, honestly, getting that stress off of the Psychologist immediately gives a wonderful hit. It just immediately gives the Dream Witch the upper hand here. Just because, unfortunately, now the Psychologist cannot use stress or empathy to help any of her teammates anymore.
Yeah, definitely, you know, just using it to focus on that kite. But yeah, we're already at 2 ciphers remaining. And yeah, oh! Owl and that flywheel coming into play at exactly the same time, still avoiding that hit, keeping that Psychologist alive. Yeah, definitely, you know, probably could have saved that flywheel for the hit, but, you know, still safe. And oh! Yep, going to get that hit in there, and the Psychologist is going to be seeing a chair very, very shortly, but, you know, already at 2 ciphers remaining, and one of them is well on its way to being done, but it looks like that chair is very, very close to where the Seer is decoding, so Dream Witch will be able to put some pressure on that cipher, stop a little bit of the decoding here, hopefully just drag out this match long enough to possibly maybe turn it around for her, but yeah. Maybe, probably a draw, I would say.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, and oh no! Very, very clean rescue. Oh, never mind. Well, very clean rescue, but not able to get that body block off with the Gravekeeper, and the Psychologist will be going down very, very shortly once that Tide Turner effect is up. But yeah, really, really great work on the side of Strawberry Milk to just get that rescue off and just waste a little bit more time. And it looks like that last cipher is actually going to be pressured. Dream Witch has switched to Blink, which I forgot to mention before. But yeah, Leech placed there, heading right back towards Juniper and ready to put her right back on that chair.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with the pressure that we're adding onto the ciphers here, it looks like they're de-leeching inside of the factory here. But, and the acrobat, Michael Morton's right there, anticipating to rescue there. But it does seem like Jose here is, really, this Dream Witch is really holding out, and trying to pressure them. Oh,
yep,
beautiful hit
able to get that hit in
off
that time.
there.
Yep, not hitting the chair this time. But, oh, the flywheel coming back off of its cooldown and letting that Psychologist live for just another few moments. But, yep, Jose hot on that chase, but kind of swapping between enacting that pressure on that Cypher. Ooh, a beautiful blink there on that Seer. And with that spawn fall, or I believe... Well, it's certainly not the leech that is on the Seer, so able to keep that pressure up. Juniper is being healed though, and yeah, it looks like possibly overextending here on the side of the Dream Witch.
Yeah, I mean,
to keep all eyes on deck.
Yeah, and the Gravekeeper has begun a new cipher. It's nearing about 50% here, which means there's enough time for each other to heal or to keep up a kite. Just because we are anticipating another cipher into play here, but it does look like the Dream Witch has made her way over, slowly catching on to this Gravekeeper here. I do know with shovels, instead of just losing them per use, you get a certain amount of time with them. And it's a beautiful hit coming off of her here. I mean, wonderful pressure on both of these ciphers here.
Yeah, trying to get in that sandwich here, but it looks like another cipher has been started. So you're back on that original cipher, which is past 50% now. Psychologist at 31. Definitely trying to push that last cipher, probably, hopefully, in time before that Gravekeeper goes down. And it looks like they very well might be able to get that, but oh, missing that hit here and missing the hit through the pallet again. So unfortunate on the side of the stream, which just not able to catch up here, but beautiful work on the side of the survivors in turn, just able to sort of outplay the Stream Witch and pressure that final cipher, and it looks like it is primed.
Interesting.
So we will see what Jose decides to do, either committing to that Gravekeeper, and oh, they're actually just going to pop it.
Okay, I mean, interesting play, but I mean, that Gravekeeper had just enough distance off of the leech, for the pop to happen. It looks like we are slowly transitioning and rotating over towards Juniper, or the Psychologist here, and I mean, yeah,
Ooh.
clean blink. It looks like the Psychologist is more so the unfortunately but easier pick to chase here, just because she is on her last chair.
Yeah, but we are going to see that gate is open and the Gravekeeper is almost there? Almost? No, actually in the middle of the map, probably trying to pressure for that dungeon. Already used that last shovel here with detention, but yeah, we could see, will the Gravekeeper be able to make it to that gate? Psychologist still being, oh no! Psychologist struggling free and flywheeling
Beautiful
away from that
flywheel.
leech hit. Oh, but the blink is
Oh, the
back up, still
blink.
going down here. But that has given the Gravekeeper more than enough time to make it to the gate, and that is going to be a 3-man win on the side of Strawberry Milk. Almost clean sweeping this first round. Very, very
That
impressive
was
work.
really impressive work. I mean, the pressure was phenomenal by both teams here. I mean, it looks like we had just about the same amount of decoding in certain areas from each other, and also the same amount of kiting length. And I think that's really impressive when it comes to Dreamwitch matches, just because, you know, with the leeches, if each player has different leeches on them, it just means there's more pressure on the map for the survivor side, because you can never anticipate which leech is the go-to. So I mean, it was phenomenal play by both teams here.
Yeah, just really, keeping that pressure up on Jose. Really not allowing him a moment to breathe, and sort of just commit to that target. But yeah, I do believe. Sorry, I'm just reading the skill thing here. There was an update, I believe, around last year where Dreamwitch actually got nerfed. The more leeches that are there, the less time it takes to remove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so definitely,
Yeah.
Strawberry Milk able to take advantage of that and just make sure, with that rotation, with that cipher pressure as well, and just raw kiting skill on the side of Juniper, not really anything to work with that Psychologist. All you have are those 3 hits, but you could just stand still, take 3 hits, and there's your kite. But
Right.
just no other skills to work with apart from that flywheel. But really, really great work. That Gravekeeper as well, just able to pressure with those shovels, just sort of showcasing their own strengths in this first round here.
I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
sorry.
no, I'm so excited. Like, these matches, phenomenal. I'm always such a sucker for Dreamwitch gameplay. I've been around since when GRPPX made her meta. I mean, she's always been one of those characters that's just so intense when it comes to her matches.
Yeah, we saw that with just how rapid that camera switching was. Just trying to, keep that pressure on all of the survivors at once. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out in his favor, but, still just even having the finger strength to do that all the time, and the coordination, it's not easy. Dreamwitch is a
not
level
at
3
all.
difficulty character for a reason, so, props to props to the Hunter just for being able to do that. And yeah, really strong start here from Strawberry Milk with a 7-point lead going into the second round. So yeah,
I mean,
definitely. It's yeah, very good work. And yeah, we could, anything could happen. We could still see vice versa come out very strong in the second round, and maybe turn it around. These things are never set in stone, and that's just the fun of tournaments, fun of IDV as a game. The more bans, the more variables that you put into play, the more the players need to adjust. And anything could happen. Anything could turn around.
Yeah, for sure. And I did want to just go back to the beginning of the match and honestly commemorate that acrobat for really there, especially because there was a lot of pressure on that window area, just for the trap there, and getting the Dream Witch to move onto someone else was phenomenal.
Yeah, really such strong rotation there. And oh, it looks like we are going to see Zen sub in as the new hunter for Strawberry Milk. Ender subbing out after that first round, probably trying to dodge that Hermit ban. Zen got a lot of different hunters to work with here. That Guard 26, Wax Artist, Breaking Wheel. Definitely really excited to see what he brings into the second round.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. A little bit sad to see Ender go, but we weren't going to be seeing that. We weren't going to be seeing that Hermit again. They were almost certainly going to ban him, and if they didn't ban him,
right.
So definitely, definitely good that able to just adapt and overcome. And there may be a sub for vice versa, but we are waiting on that. For now, we will just keep talking, and maybe Zen can play a Lizard.
Maybe.
Actually, I do want to revisit this topic from earlier while we have the time.
Yeah.
Mercenary.
No.
Undeserved. For the record, sorry, I had been reading the chat prior, and that the comment about being 5'5" and unable to see the keys.
Sorry.
Uncalled for.
Yeah, mercenaries
Bro
got nothing.
Bro has trauma.
It looks like
he was in the war. What war? I don't know, but he was in the war for certain.
He was in a war. And it does look like we're seeing UKJ sub in for James for vice versa for Survivor, which I'm really interested to see because that is one of their hunter mains as well. That's one of their hunter players. I think we have a duo faction player on the vice versa side here.
Yup. Is it James subbing in for UKJ, or is it UKJ subbing in for James? I believe UKJ.
I'm pretty sure it's UKJ subbing in for James.
Okay.
Because UKJ was just playing Dream Witch, I believe.
Yes. I'm waiting for confirmation on this.
No, Survivor. James in.
Yep, James is in. James is in on the side of Survivor.
Guys,
yep.
I can't read. I'm so
UKJ
sorry.
subbing out. You're fine. But yeah, so we are going to be seeing James come out on the side of vice versa for the second round in place of UKJ. Yeah, again, new stuff to see. And as I was saying, there's always variables coming into the second round. Yeah, definitely we could be seeing, I believe, your notes. Your notes said possibly Antiquarian, possibly Patient. Definitely some interesting stuff and unforeseen, variables coming into the second round.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always super excited for the anticipation that comes with seeing different characters come into play, no matter what position we're in and what we're doing. And it looks like we're seeing a Moonlit River Park map ban, and we are choosing Ever Sleeping. Honestly, I wholeheartedly agree with this pick.
I would do that too.
I'm a Moonlit hater.
I'm not necessarily a Moonlit hater, but I definitely, not my favorite map. If I have the opportunity to go on Ever Sleeping, it's so much better, so much more fun, so many great areas to jump inside if you're playing the Lizard. Yeah, just a lot more opportunity for map control. We could be seeing that Wax Artist come out, definitely. Still strong on Moonlit, but having a smaller area to work in always always better, especially when you're playing Hunter, especially in a map as open as Ever Sleeping. Less areas to sort of worry about, more areas to just be able to deal as much damage as possible. We're going to be heading right into these ban picks, and it looks like Antiquarian is going to be our first ban.
And we're also getting that Priestess ban. I mean, these two bans on a map like this. I mean, Antiquarian's always one of those characters that's like, it already feels like, well, whatever. Like, we knew that she was gonna get banned just because of how strong she is. She gets that speed boost. She can stun. She gets the knockback. She can balloon rescue. She's got it all. I mean, the only thing that like inhibits her is a 30% gate debuff there. And I mean, Priestess on a map like Ever Sleeping, there's a lot of height, there's a lot of walls, and I mean, the map is decently sized. There's a lot of space for her. I mean, honestly, it's really, really up in the air here. I feel like that's my favorite term when it comes to saying stuff, but like, you just never know.
Yeah, no, definitely good to see that Priestess ban. Oh, we're going to see a forward as our very first pick here, and a Dancer. Yep, very, very strong picks coming out here right away. Dancer, again, so good on a map like this. We've got those covered areas over by the Fake Gate, over by the Dancing Geisha. Just such great areas for that Dancer to set up some boxes underneath the center house as well. Just setting up those boxes, creating these kiting areas for her teammates. And also just a very, very strong character in her own right, able to put down that box and have a free little movement boost similar to an elbow pad, similar to being able to use those hooks as the patient, you know, just a versatile survivor. And we are going to see that Barmaid get banned as well. And also, yeah, definitely banning that Wax Artist. Don't want to get caught on Ever Sleeping by a Wax Artist.
No,
I
not
believe
at
we
all.
actually saw the Wax Artist come out. Yeah, we saw the Wax Artist come out last round against Sky on the side of Discord Kittens, and just such Caleb, I believe, was the hunter there, and very, very strong utilization of that Wax Artist on this map. But we are going to see, yep, that Patient is going to be banned. So we've got that Antiquarian, Priestess, Barmaid, Patient, really looking to just sort of keep the survivors close and keep them not alive anymore. Not able to sort of break that distance, not able to heal. Yeah, so yep, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just watching the chat fly by. Like, everyone's so excited for this forward and Dancer pick here. And I mean, I'm really excited. I mean, these two are formidable characters. And we are also gonna see that Acrobat as our third lock-in. And our survivor ban here is the Prospector. I mean, Prospector is really strong. It looks like we're setting up again. I mean, probably not with this Barmaid ban, but Disciple could be we could be seeing a Disciple here. The only ban that would really throw me off of that is this Barmaid one, just because Disciple is one of those characters that counters her. But I mean, that Prospector, heavy counter on that Disciple. Also, how are we feeling about that Prospector nerf at the end of the season here?
Deserved. 100% deserved. And we're going to see that Seer coming out. I will elaborate on that in a moment. We're going to see that Seer coming out here. Yeah, definitely such a strong pick always. But we've been seeing less and less of the Seer coming into this new meta, so definitely nice to see that Seer again. And
Yeah,
yep, we are going to see that those persona webs come up very, very quickly. We've got the Acrobat on Flywheel, Dancer and Seer on Broken Windows, and the forward has tied. Classic. Forward. Something not a rescuer anymore.
right.
They swapped into assist. I always forget that they did that, and I'm like, oh yeah, my favorite rescuer, William Ellis, the forward. He's assist character, but
Yeah,
close
swapped
enough.
him out
You know,
for that
still.
Patient.
Yeah, I don't know why they made Patient a rescue.
No, it makes a
but
lot of sense though.
He doesn't have a decoding debuff.
He's got other debuffs. He gets a debuff when he decodes with other women. He's a one-woman kind of man.
just don't decode together. That's why the ping exists. But we are going to be seeing that clerk come out here on Ever Sleeping. Such a great map for her. Always love seeing that clerk come out. But yeah, I see the chat discussing that prospector nerf. I think it was deserved. I do think that I need to move. I do think that, you know, there's some other survivors that could use nerfs, but you know, Prospector has been climbing up there in the meta, and able to just sort of, those stuns are not forgiving, and utilize the way that he is in this current meta with all of the team plays that he's able to pull off in Call of the Abyss, in tournaments like this, you know, probably a little bit deserved.
I feel like
just a little bit deserved.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why we're both excited for the Prospector nerf are very different. I'm excited because I'm very tired of being in a match with the Prospector, and then he goes to Balloon Rescue, and then he just flops.
Always common with those prospectors. You know,
Goodbye,
a lot of the
Norton.
times, you know, you see a prospector, they have all 3 of their magnets, and they go, oh, I need to use all of these right now. It's time for me to use my magnets.
Hold them. Just hold them, please. Please hold them.
Yeah, we're gonna see those S badges coming out, and a Night Owl. Always good to see those
beautiful.
old limited skins. Very, very happy to see my friend the Night Owl coming out here. And yep, standard clerk, worn clothes. Really, really excited to see how Zen handles her on this map. Yep, so just for the record, we are going to be seeing vice versa on the side of the survivors, Strawberry Milk on the side of the hunters, with Zen in place of Ender from that previous round. So a little bit of different things to be looking at. And we're going to see James on the side of the survivors as well. And here are our spawns. It looks like we see that a lot of Acrobat going into that graveyard spawn. But yep, we are going to see the Dancer spawning in the middle, forward in the area to assist, and Seer locked off to that corner house and just able to decode and wait for that owl to come back. But yeah, I definitely agree with putting that Dancer in the center. So many good areas for those boxes and those 2 pallets outside, 2 pallets outside.
And you got
right in the center of the house itself.
Right. And you got 2 areas that she could run to that has a second story. That speed boost immediately make or break a game. I'm so serious.
Yup, that's one of the best parts of the female Dancer. Every time you drop, or I believe there's cooldown, but almost every time you drop from a surface,
I believe it's a minute.
You just take off running. Is I don't know, but regardless, we are going to see that box come down right away. A fast box instead of a slow box, but still locked underneath that pallet, and Zen is not going to be breaking it at this time. But yep, here's that slow box actually going to be broken this time, and it looks like, yep, Dancer is going to transition right back to that area where she's already set up that fast box, ready for her to kite in.
I mean, I'm very excited to see just how this goes. Clerk is one of those characters that you definitely don't want to mess around with, especially on a map like Ever Sleeping, just because she has a lot of map control. And we are gonna see, beautiful recording coming off of that Clerk there, and a wonderful hit there.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting decision to vault that, but possibly expecting the blink to come out. We do see that the Clerk has Excitement, probably to counter that forward, who is in the area and definitely ready to harass when the time comes. But yep, Dancer is transitioning over to this tram, and will she get on it is the real question. Oh no! Just barely missed the entrance, and we are going to see her go down, definitely depending on that tram to sort of bolster her kite. But it missed the train, and she is going to be seeing a chair here at 5 ciphers. Or almost 4 ciphers. Acrobat's going to pop one momentarily. Unless he is recorded, which is going to make him not pop that cipher, because he does not want to give the Clerk any of that decoding progress to keep in her collection.
It does look like that forward is creeping up for that rescue. Will it be before half? I'm not too sure, but I'm very, very curious to see how this goes, especially knowing that the Clerk has Excitement. And the late apple coming off of the Seer, and the Excitement off of the Clerk. I mean, just really interesting plays here.
Wow, just such fast pace, you know, that Seer, a little bit late on the mark with that Owl. Clerk right away with that excitement, you know, just ready and waiting. And oh, yep,
Oh.
vaulting that pallet, but not quite fast enough to escape. I believe that the dancer did have knee jerk, but yeah, unfortunately, not up at that time. Still on its cooldown, unable to get that extra boost that really would have helped in that situation. But Forward's gonna get healed up. We will see if the dancer gets rescued. It looks like Forward might be coming back into the area to do so. Probably looking to harass after that. Oh, and here he comes, and going to actually hit a wall instead of the clerk. Not something that you really want to do, but, you know, still at the chair. Ready to get that rescue off. Hopefully, yep, able to get that rescue off. Here to body block. Just trying to keep that dancer alive as long as possible. Unfortunately, that body block is not going to happen, but the Forward's still in the area. And the dancer is not on chair yet, so we could definitely be looking at some stuns coming in play right here.
We're watching that Forward run back and forth. He's looking, yeah.
Ooh! Very, very clean stun on the part of the Forward, but just able to disregard that pallet, and that's the beauty of the clerk, having those recordings, just breaking those pallets. And that, using both of those spins right there, able to just break that distance right away, and caught in that slow box yet again, which wasn't broken earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the slow box is a really great stun coming up with that Forward. Wonderful support here, and we did unfortunately see that trait swap to Blink, which means the female dancer did go down.
No.
Whoa. This box has got to go.
Yeah, that slow box is really very detrimental to Zen right now. Just not breaking it, and also possibly losing sight of that dancer, or just trying to just swap targets to that Forward, make sure that he's not a problem anymore. Keeping up that pressure on the Cypher is very, very skilled from Zen. Recording that Seer, making sure that no decoding is happening over there. And I guess possibly just switching targets entirely to this Seer. Sort of leaving the dancer alone. Really enjoy that ping man down seeking medical attention. It's so serious. I love that. We're
so
dire straits here. Man down. Well, man half down. But yep, dropping that pallet, dropping both those pallets right away, and just staying in this area. Sort of an interesting pallet vault here, getting that speed boost, but sort of rounding a corner. Not quite able to take full advantage of it. Dropping that pallet, giving the hit to that clerk, and that recording, able to just disregard that pallet and keep moving. That Trem is not being very kind to the survivors today. It's just leaving as soon as they come near it.
That Trem does not want that. Beautiful play coming off of Zen here with that clerk, that page putting that pallet down, and a beautiful terror shot. Oh, wow. I'm horrendously impressed here.
Yeah, really, really strong on the side of Zen, just able to right away use that recording, drop it right in the Seer's face, force that terror shock. But yeah, we are going to see that last Cypher is at over 80%. Only so many recordings you can use, and only so many survivors you can record at once. So Cypher pressure, especially at a time like this, where all the survivors are in the same area, not the easiest thing to do for a clerk, but it looks like there might be some rotation going on. Leaving the area, focusing on
looks like
healing.
the acrobat is still in the area, though, just in case.
Yep. Drop. Okay. Well, something happened there. Dropping the pallet. Because the Forward was being recorded, dropping that pallet for him, making sure. Okay, that was very scary. Please, safety when crossing those tracks. Look both ways before you cross the street. But yeah, actually, what looked like it might have been a very questionable play. Actually, very, very smart on the side of Moss, dropping that pallet instead of the Forward, so that the clerk unable to get that hit in. But we are going to see the acrobat take a hit here, and that Cypher is going to pop. Yep, leaving those survivors alone at that Cypher, able to prime it with no interruption from those recordings. But we are going to see the chase continue on that Forward here.
I mean, the pressure here is insane. I know we've only seen the female dancer and the Seer go down, but I mean, honestly, this clerk has had the most insane pressure on just this group here. An excellent blink here, getting that Forward down, and we're locking the gate so the female dancer can't get out.
Yeah, female dancer running away from that gate, but it looks like, it is locked. Acrobat unable to take her place quite yet, and the Acrobat is going to be recorded here. It looks like Pico on the Seer transitioning possibly over back towards that chair where the forward is being left uncamped. But will they be able to get that gate open in time? It's almost there, but the clerk is here, ready to pressure that gate. Getting caught in that slow box yet again. Those boxes are absolutely brutal here, S. Just placed almost everywhere, you know, and slowing her down.
So it is kind of a little bit unfortunate this female dancer only has the one box.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, this female dancer only has the one box just because the other one is still trapped under that one pallet.
Yep, but still able to utilize it. But, you know, even with that slowdown from the clerk, you know, we saw that impacting her attacks earlier, but not this time. Still able to get in that pallet. And oh, that gate is locked off yet again over on the other side of the map. All three survivors just sort of running around there, trying to get that gate open, but with all of the recordings that the clerk's been able to pick up along the way, it looks like that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Dancer is down. We could very well still see a draw situation pulled out of this by Zen, if he's able to just get one more of those survivors down. Looks like transitioning over possibly towards the forward, breaking these pallets, but see her back on that gate for a moment. Zen, you know, really pulling out all the stops here to patrol this area, make sure nobody able to crush that gate.
It does look like the acrobat is crossing over to the other side of the map. She's trying to open the other gate there. I believe the gate is actually almost open. Yeah, it's a 80%.
Yeah, and oh, the forward heading right towards that gate. They know detention is up. And the the seer taking that hit, but oh no! Oh dear! That's what I was saying. Look both ways before you cross the street. That tram coming in here, stunning that forward, and we are going to see that forward, I believe, possibly dead on chair. But that other gate is open. Yep, forward being sent right back to that manor. Seer well on their way to that gate. Acrobat already waiting there. I don't believe Zen is going to be able to catch up here. But yeah, really just such great work on the side of Strawberry Milk. Able to just clutch that draw after, you know, having all four survivors up at that gate, able to get those recordings on the gates. Just really, really way to turn it around on the side for Zen there. But, you know, as always, such great work on the side of Vice Versa survivors, able to keep that pressure up. Really not letting Zen breathe for a moment in pressuring those ciphers, making sure, you know, it's very, very hard to cipher rush against a clerk, but they were able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they really impressed me with their cipher work and their teamwork here, especially that duo coming off of the female dancer and off of the forward there. I mean, it was impressive. She managed to live until the cipher, the cipher pop, and honestly I'm really excited to see what these teams have to offer. It does look like Bones is gonna be right back, but it's just gonna be me for a little. But I mean, that tram is killer. It doesn't do the same amount of damage that it used to, unfortunately, but it's still one of those things that's super detrimental late game, especially if you're running and you're kiting. I mean, does anyone else remember? Does anyone remember? Oh, my bad. Does anyone remember when the tram would like instant kill you? That was really insane. Oh, it is rank time. So, make sure you get your 3 matches in. That the essence is always so nice. There's super cute portrait frames in there at the current. So I mean, that's the only reason why I've been continuing to rank this season. Unfortunately,
there are
I'm a rankator.
Wow. Yeah. I've been trying to get in those ranks. I work. I have a job. And my schedule is very, very unfriendly to the rank times, so I've not been able to rank as much as I've wanted to this season, but they're hiding that Nightmare Colorful Memory portrait from me. They're locking it off.
Don't worry, I haven't been able to get the psychologist one, and I keep staring at her. I'm like, I need you. I need you. I want you.
And yeah, the tram did get MVP in Koa once.
Yeah, it did. That was so funny.
It might have been Koa 3. I might be totally wrong on that.
It was.
But yeah, good luck to everybody going to rank. Bring home those treasures. But yeah, we are going to see us heading right into the second half. Vice versa, we'll be hunting. Strawberry Milk will be surviving. Don't believe there's been any sub outs for this round, but we will see. At least there haven't been yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and anyone who is ranking and tuning in still, good luck on all your matches and manifesting wins.
Yeah. And if you don't win, just play 3 matches, you still get that rank treasure. Still have a chance to pull Nightmare Colorful Memory. Best portrait in there.
Not Nightmare.
What do you mean, not Nightmare?
Bones, you know me.
You not rocking with Nightmare?
No.
I am.
And he's not rocking with me. I was gonna say, you know me.
If I wasn't on the Lizard train, I'd be on the Nightmare train. But we are going to see those Survivor bands piling in here. We've got that Seer and that Priestess band. Those are my rank bands. On the note of rank, but not want to see on this map.
I'm a Priestess main through and through, so I don't think I'll ever be able to get a badge for her because Mid Griffin rank is just so mean to her.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I'm guilty of that, in that, I'm working my way back up. I haven't Hunter ranged in a couple seasons. I'm stuck in Croc right now, but
I was gonna say, if I get you a Hunter range, I'm going to come for you.
But yeah, I ban that Priestess. Definitely on a map like Ever Sleeping, able to portal through those buildings. Just not something that you want to deal with. There's so many good spots for her on this map. And we are going to see that Breaking Wheel ban coming through here for the Hunter.
Breaking Wheel?
And very, very strong on this map. A little bit.
We're gonna see Barmaid and Antiquarian. If you know me, if anyone knows me from like Twitter or anything, I am like the #1 woman like IDV lover. So like usually seeing these 2 characters or like anyone else, I mean, is always my favorite. I get so excited when I watch Koa and I like see all these like female characters getting used into play. Just cause like the last few years it's been really like male survivor dumb. I don't know, it's scary.
Yeah, we have definitely been seeing those girls come out, and yeah, we are going to see that Barmaid, we're going to see the Antiquarian. Definitely really excited. We've seen a lot of very, very strong Antiquarians on Ever Sleeping in particular. So many walls to be able to knock the Hunter into. Just really, really strong utilization on this map. And yeah, definitely that Breaking Wheel ban probably meant to just take off another Hunter from Jose's pool. We've got that Dream Witch, we've got that Bloody Queen, we got that Breaking Wheel. Strawberry Milk has already proven that they're able to go toe-to-toe with that Dream Witch. So yeah, just getting rid of that Breaking Wheel Hunter, who's a little bit harder to counter on a map like this, where there's just so many open spaces. Yeah,
we're gonna be seeing a Mert.
Yeah.
And a Gravekeeper band. Goodbye, Knife Subadar.
Yep, getting rid of those rescuers, especially after like that Gravekeeper with those shovels,
Yeah, that was
very, very well utilized last match. So we are going to be seeing that Gravekeeper taken off the table coming into this round. Definitely just trying to avoid those tankier survivors, heading more towards just getting rid of that old meta which still, very, very effective against a Bloody Queen, against a Dream Witch. All those survivors who can just take hit after hit after hit, still allowing that Barmaid out to play.
Yeah.
But getting rid of that Mercenary who can take 3 hits, getting rid of that Gravekeeper who's got the shovels, Seer has got those owls, and of course Priestess. You can't hit her at all. So yeah, definitely just trying to just portal away.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see Jose.
I'm going to see that first officer coming out. We have been seeing so much first officer in the Koa qualifiers, seeing him in Japan, seeing him in China right now. And it's so cool to see, because I remember I got into IDV pretty much right before right before Call of the Abyss 4, and around that time, you know, there was a big push for the first officer, wanting to see him and then just never happening. I know, like, I had a lot of friends who were hoping to see that first officer become meta. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. But then he got that buff this year.
It was a wonderful buff, by the way.
Such a good buff. Definitely deserved. You know, he's become that sort of backup merc, able to use those watches multiple times, get a little bit of delayed damage in there, and the decoding boost with all of those every time, yeah, I believe it's a plus 7% with each watch.
I believe so. And I mean, that tide that you get from that watch too, it's so good.
Yep, it is a 7% decoding speed boost, and, you know, by default, he only has, I believe, a 15%. 20%, my bad. He's got a 20% decoding debuff by default, but, you know, by endgame, that's almost gone. He's only got like a 6% debuff, and then, you know, once accelerated decoding kicks in, that's basically gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very, he's such a strong rescuer now. Might be seeing a nerf for him as a result, but while it lasts, you know...
I mean, enjoy
it. I never
it.
expect anything, yeah. But we are going to see that Patient locked in as the final ban here. And yeah, you know, definitely a survivor that you want to ban on this map. Able to hook through those buildings, able to hook through those walled areas. Very strong. You know, I've been kited by many a Patient on Ever Sleeping. The ones who know how to use him at least. But
see,
yeah.
This is why I'm so glad that I'm not really a hunter. I play hunter in my free time, but like I just could never do it. I mean,
don't.
Either both parties are very strong in their own ways. It's just I don't think I have the mental capacity to play something like Hunter, which is like a very like by yourself kind of job. I'm definitely a team player kind of person.
I do it for the wait times.
Yeah, I respect that. I
genuinely I swapped. Yeah, the duo queue function is nice, but you always get sorted into Hunter automatically because that's where the shorter queue time is. But I do it when I'm like pretending to not know what I want to play, and I'll just get sorted into Hunter anyway. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll give it a chance to put me in Survivor queue. But yeah, I did become a Hunter main when I was a little baby player because I got sick of the queue times for rank. I hit Elk, and all of a sudden it was like 5, 10, 15-minute wait times. It's worse for PC. I don't play on PC, but yeah, PC players, you have my respect. Waiting through those wait times for rank, especially in the mid-tier, it is brutal. And oh, we're going to see that toy merchant coming out!
Let's go, lesbians! We have, like, obviously works here, too. I feel like this is such a great cast. You had 3 characters that can pick up that toy merchant's items. In the catapult, there's a lot of really great areas here for that. Especially if you're going for distance, height, etc. There's certain areas where you put that catapult down, it'll launch you right up to stairs of a 2nd-story building. Like, you have enough time to get that boost and to definitely get that distance if you're kiting. I'm more so excited just because I'm a huge fan when it comes to, like, barmaid and antiquarian and, like, just the compatibility. And it looks like we are getting our, oh my god, we're getting our traits locked in. So everyone is taking Flywheel except our first officer who is taking Tide.
Yeah, very standard persona webs here, able to utilize that Flywheel. This is what we've been seeing in Call of the Abyss. You know, all of that Flywheel, you know, just if you never get on that chair, then what's the use of Tide? And that's you know, that's the thing that the old meta used to be, you know, we would see like 3 rescuers and an explorer, you know, and everybody's got that Tide turner going, and maybe the explorer has broken windows, but that used to be what we would see in every single team. We would see all of that Tide, and, you know, we still see that in lower tiers because it's a much more, you know, every man for themselves kind of
mindset,
you know, that mammoth rank, you know. if everybody has Tide, then somebody can still rescue because nobody else wants to rescue. And if the first
Right.
person, if the person who has Tide gets chased first, then you're done. But you know, with these coordinated teams able to sort of communicate their rotations, able to just keep the hunter occupied a lot longer. You know, we're seeing these flywheels. We're seeing just it's very nice because I feel like this new meta, it's built a lot more for just trusting your teammates.
I'm
Like having that
really.
flywheel,
Mhm.
having, you know, all those more tools at your disposal. And oh, we're going to see a wax artist.
Oh,
Definitely, yeah.
okay.
You know, we were just talking about this in the last match when he got banned, but yeah, every reason he got banned is why he's here now, able to be utilized on this map. So many open areas, so many windows to just block off with that wax. So strong. Uh, Such a strong hunter.
Yeah, I mean, especially on a map like Ever Sleeping, it's very open, so there's space to get the wax off. And honestly, he is one of those hunters that you just definitely have to look out for. Definitely not my go-to ban, but he's not my favorite to go against.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely agree with that breaking wheel ban on the side of survivors. You know, only allotted one ban, but you know, letting that wax artist out to play, definitely. You know, it could change the tide a little bit here, coming into the second round. But you know, such a strong hunter. And the one thing to note about wax artist with this team comp is that with that against that antiquarian, A, she's a very close range stunner. B, every time
Mhm.
you stun the wax artist, he sort of like emits wax. I don't remember the exact amount. I think it might be about 20% wax,
Really?
something along those
Okay.
lines. It might be lower than that. It's probably lower than that. I do not play wax artist. I'm very sorry.
I don't either.
But I
I
do know
refuse
that
to.
whenever he gets stunned, he he does you get a little more wax on you, so that can be
Mhm.
make or break when it comes to, you know, survivors like the antiquarian, you know, hoping to get that stun in just to kite a little bit longer, but oh, waxed and you're done. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not, probably a lot less worried about that antiquarian than a lot of other hunters would be. But you know, that the toy merchant, the first officer, really enjoy the fact that the first officer is completely dripless here. Got that worn clothes, missing a sleeve, kind of miserable in the corner over there, while everybody else is getting their skins on.
And
But
then I did want to answer this question that was coming in through the chat, but I believe if the toy merchant does get to 100% wax on her when she is in getting onto the catapult, it does knock her down. I haven't played toy merchant in a bit. I think it's only been a season, but I think she does get stunned.
yeah, I also believe she does get stunned because they did adjust it so that I believe that the catapult adjustment was if you get hit off the catapult, then the catapult still goes through if you're at half health.
Mm-hmm.
But something like a stun, like Anne's cats, for example, a hermit stun as well, that would still go through um even if you've already gotten onto the catapult.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is one of the reasons why, since we have so many stun hunters, I just don't play her as much.
Yeah, I don't play either. I'm assuming, but yeah, I might be wrong on that, but yeah. Forgot to comment on the spawns. Very putting that barmaid in the corner, hoping that the wax artist goes for somebody a little bit less vulnerable. But yeah, we're going to head right into it. This is the second round. We've got vice versa on hunting. We've got strawberry milk on the side of the survivors. And wax artist already going to sort of preemptively wax off that window, but right onto the antiquarian here to start this match off.
Yeah, I mean, the Antiquarian is an interesting first kite choice just because she has the range, the distance, and I mean, the speed. It's 5%, but 5% goes such a long way.
Yeah, especially, you know, doesn't have that window vault boost, still carrying flywheel, but still, you know, such a force to be reckoned with that stick. Has used almost half with the speed boost, but you know, it's just keeping her alive at this point. Or probably, I should say, about 3/4. That is, or sorry, still has about 2/3 of that left. But oh, going to flywheel here, but not really going to work out at 80%. With that wax is going down, but oh, a beautiful blink on the side of Jose, and we're going to see this antiquarian go down very, very quickly. 44% flute remaining as she is communicating to her teammates, and we are going to see that those ciphers are pretty much at 60% only, so a very, very strong start here, right out the gate for this wax artist. Yeah, just going to break that catapult, and I believe wax off that cipher as well, making sure that none of the decoding can go through there. And we are going to see the first officer in the area here to go for that rescue. I believe they're... Oh, are you there?
I apologize. I can't really commentate on anything. Like, I'm watching my computer screen, but unfortunately I'm reconnecting to the server.
Oh no!
But, I mean, honestly... Oh, okay, I'm back. It does look like we did get a very clean rescue up on this antiquarian, but unfortunately she did get hit. I mean, it's always really difficult, especially with a wax artist that's stunned and then at full presence he gets that heated wax. It's really difficult to maneuver around that, especially in such an area again. Sleepy.
Yeah, maps like Ever Sleeping so good for this wax artist. We are going to see that barmaid actually using her first installment of Dublin to heal up that first officer, allowing him to come in for this second rescue. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied there. But yeah, able to get that 96% wax, almost getting the terror shock, but not quite. Beautiful work from Dust here on that first officer, but we are, I believe, oh, nope, going for that antiquarian instead. You know, I'm so bad at telling the difference between the false first officer and the real one, but better hunters than me, always able to do it. But yeah, beautiful setup here from this antiquarian, just able to just avoid this wax with the walls here in this area.
Yeah, and I was definitely gonna say, like, with the first officer, like, chair and everything, like, the mirror version of him. Oh, beautiful down, by the way, for this wax artist on this antiquarian. Unfortunately, we are going to be seeing the antiquarian eliminated. But definitely with the first officer, when you rescue someone and they take after your appearance, the easiest way to figure out who is who is you can actually see the items they're holding. So I think it's really funny when you rescue Mind's Eye and she's holding her staff.
Yeah, definitely, there are definitely some dead giveaways when it comes to that first officer's trait, but we are going to see switching targets right back onto that Toy Merchant. Oh, going to go for the double down here, but unable to make it. Toy Merchant able to use that speed boost coming out of here. And, oh, a beautiful blink! Wow, able to just bypass those pallets, get right over there and down that Toy Merchant very, very quickly. Such a strong match here coming from Jose, especially after that first round, you know, falling victim to these survivors a little bit, able to just turn it right around with a hunter like the Wax Artist. We're seeing some very, very strong gameplay here, and on a map that is so good for him as well. But we've got both the barmaid and the first officer in the area. First officer possibly going to go for that third rescue of the match. But, yep, first officer committing to it. Barmaid almost done with that cipher. And using that watch here to sort of just throw him off a little bit. And ooh, beautiful! First officer taking that body block. And Toy Merchant able to start to try and transition, but none of those catapults left to utilize after the Wax Artist broke both of them.
Yeah, I mean...
Ooh, oh!
Oh my!
Wow.
That's a wonderful drop down on that Toy Merchant there.
Yeah, beautiful work by Jose, just knowing that hitbox, able to get that hit off. And I believe, yep, Toy Merchant is going to enter her second chair. First officer also has that Dublin once again from that barmaid, you know, just supporting her teammates. And that's, her cipher is unfortunately going to be waxed off, so she's unable to complete it. And that Toy Merchant is just going to go right down with an unsuccessful body block. Not entirely sure what the game plan was there, considering there is no Cypher primed, but, you know, first officer a little bit desperate to help out his teammates in their time of need. Very first officer, even. But yeah, switching targets right back onto that barmaid, definitely looking for that 4-man, but oh, the Cypher is actually primed over here by the graveyard!
Oh my god, really?
Wow! So first officer is just going to pop it here while the barmaid has enough distance. Bit of a... Definitely a surprise here. It definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah,
Definitely
I had no idea.
Caught Hunter off guard as well. Just keeping that Cypher prime over there for the late game while, I believe the Hunter thought he was pressuring those Cyphers, but yeah, just having that in the clutch. But, oh.
Whoa, whoa.
That was certainly a bit of an, oh wow!
Why?
Beautiful turnaround.
Oh my god.
Wow, well, that was certainly
Whoa.
an able to just dodge that hit with the Wax Artist hitbox, able to get in that blind spot.
Oh my god.
And just avoid it, pallet hit right into that dungeon. That was absolutely unprecedented turnaround from
That was so
Strawberry Milk
stressful.
Survivors. Wow. I could not have seen that end game coming. Beautiful, beautiful work. You know, that's part of the game, really.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
catching the Hunter off guard, you gotta pull out something new. And something like that is just... Wow, beautiful work on the side of Strawberry
I'm
Milk
horrendously
Survivors.
impressed. Like, I don't... I'm really speechless, but I definitely agree with the chat here. That probably makes sense as to why that first officer was trying to force kill there. I think they anticipated having just Prime Cypher and then, popping the other one, but unfortunately, just because of the distance between the two Cyphers, I think it was just hard.
Yeah,
Oh,
just so impressive by Strawberry Milk Survivors. And you know, continued impressive work by Jose, and it looks like, yeah, that round is going to be tied up with the draw on both sides. We are going to be heading right into that third round. Strawberry Milk still technically in the lead, you know, disregarding that second round sort of cancels itself out, but yeah, heading into this round 3, Strawberry Milk definitely in the advantage. I am much worse at math than you was earlier, so I will not be figuring out what the math is.
I failed.
We will probably get an update on that soon enough. But Strawberry Milk, definitely in that winning position here. But just such great work, you know, able to even the odds on the side of vice versa. Keeping, you know, just keeping up the fight, able to get those 2 survivors out against Zen, and able to eliminate those 2 survivors with that Wax Artist. Definitely really excited to see what we have in store for us for this third round. And yeah, it could go. I would say it could go either way. Strawberry Milk definitely has an advantage, a very, very strong advantage coming into this last round. But you know, after that last round, we could see anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, and you know, I'm very, very excited to see what these, especially what these Hunters could pull out in this last round. We could possibly be seeing vice versa swap out their Hunter. I know that they have Santi on backup. Could be seeing that Ripper. Probably not, just because every time I say that we could see something, it doesn't happen. So I believe that I should maybe just stop.
You know who I would like to see?
Yeah?
I would like to see Geisha, please and thank you.
We could see a Geisha. She is very strong, depending on the map, I believe. You know, we could go on a map that's very, very bad for, we get Red Church, it's over, but...
Right.
Yeah, could see that Geisha, could see that Lizard.
You know, it's always a possibility.
Always a possibility, we could see that Lizard.
I would like to see a Bloody Queen. I have a thing. Those are my girls. I feel like this is really fun as fact. I started playing when Lady 13 dropped, and she's my first ever S tier, and I've always been such a huge Michiko fan since. I mean, I actually surprisingly was a Hunter main for the first 3 seasons that I played. And then they buffed Michiko, and I kind of hated it, to be honest.
Oh, did you play back when she didn't have the butterflies and she
Yes.
just had the dash? Wow, yep, I remember those days. That was when I first started playing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I remember playing her when I first started playing. This is somewhat off topic. I'm very sorry. I don't think I've ever talked about this before. When I very first started playing, I didn't really. It was during the 2020 Halloween event, and we got like a bunch of A tier trials off of them.
Yeah.
And so what I would do is every time like a hunter was free, like like Joseph would have a free day, Geisha would have a free day, I would trial an H tier. Which I mean, like, that's where those get put to use. I just think it's so funny because like I would just be trying a hunter for the first time, but I would be like, I have to look good.
Right. No. If I don't look good, then what's the point, right? But I just. Yeah, I mean, I don't play hunter anymore. Honestly, when Naiad first dropped, I wasn't pulling for her. I was actually pulling for Pilgrim because I was absolutely in love with that priestess skin, and this is really embarrassing, but I hit hard pity and then didn't get her, but I got obviously Naiad's S tier, so I actually
please tell me that you ended up getting Pilgrim later with an unlock or the guarantee.
It took 3 seasons because I had to do the guarantee.
Oh no!
But it didn't reset till the. Remember when it came out and it didn't reset till the anniversary? So like, I was just sitting there and I was like staring. I was like, I'm never gonna get her.
Oh no!
But, I at least made Naiad for at least a season and a half, so it didn't get put to waste.
Yeah, no, definitely. That Halberd of Silence is such a good skin. I mean, I know my name is Bones. The rib details on her skin. I love when they pull out the skeletons for these skins. The Valentine's Day skins for the patient and the psychologist.
I was gonna say, they're beautiful.
I love the the ribcage hooks on the patient there. Definitely, one of my favorite design elements. But we are going to see heading into the 3rd round. I believe that is Sacred Heart, if my eyes do not deceive me.
It is, I believe, it's bright red, so I think it is.
Yep, that is going to be Sacred Heart picked for this 3rd round. And yeah, such a strong map for those survivors. But yeah, some really interesting stuff that we could be seeing. Probably going to see a Bonbon on this map. Such a strong hunter on this map. We just saw him clutching that round for Discord Kittens 2.0 in the last bracket. So definitely could see a Bonbon, could see, probably less of a chance of that Ripper coming out here. Could be seeing that Hermit as well, if he's not banned again. But yeah, definitely, a much stronger map for those survivors and a much harder map for those hunters to navigate. But yeah, definitely, a pick on the side of Vice Versa. I believe Vice Versa was the one who picked that, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely, looking to just sort of secure that survivor side and worry about the hunter side later. But yeah, I'm seeing the chat sort of discuss that bad gacha luck. Last year, I see Cyber Memories started talking about wanting the new skin for the Weeping Clown, getting Morningstar. Last year, when the little girl came out with her release essence, the only thing I wanted from that was the Evil Reptilian skin. I wanted Horrendous, and in 13 polls, I got Source of Evil, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? What do I do here? I just wanted the lizard.
So this is really unfortunate, but I actually do have skin share. Because of the amount of times I've wanted an A tier and then it kept pulling for said A tier and then gotten S tiers instead. So unfortunately we're at the point where I've gotten skin share, so unfortunately.
I'm almost the skin share and I'm like refusing to spend more money. I'm like, I can't do that to myself.
See, I had a disease and I really wanted the SS tier for Priestess.
Yeah, see, I'm like holding myself back on that Perfumer SS tier.
You have to get the Priestess one first to get the Perfumer one now.
You seriously? I thought it was exchangeable.
No, you can't change it. I tried. Because I would have gotten the Perfumer one, we all know me. It does look like for our Vice Versa Hunter bans, we are seeing a Barmaid, Priestess, and Seer ban. Really interesting picks. Not shocked. They are the unfortunate meta now, so.
Unfortunate?
unfortunate, just because I am a biased person. And
Definitely
I,
unfortunate for the survivor side, but very
yeah,
fortunate for the
well.
hunter side, able to just sort of block those survivors off. Barmaid always strong. Priestess, it can be a beast in that hospital with
Oh,
those
for
support
sure.
portals. We, never really get to see her on these maps, but, whenever she's not banned, just right away, able to set up those portals and just, beautiful, beautiful, plays that are able to be pulled off there. But, and yeah, that Seer, of course, just, you do not want to leave that Seer, on the field. We've made do with him before, obviously, coming out just right now when he's not banned, but yeah, definitely a good choice to get off, especially, if we're looking at, possibly a Bloody Queen, something like that. Maybe not on this map.
I would
Possibly
hope.
that Geisha.
I mean, Mary on
Maybe,
this map, I feel like a lot
yeah.
of people don't understand, like, a lot of people underestimate just how great that mirror is, just because of the nerfs that she's been through, and she's been through quite a few. But maybe it's just because I am a person who's played Bloody Queen for seasons on end, but the distance, phenomenal. And it does look like for our hunter bands, we are going to a Dream Witch and a Wax Artist band. I mean, makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't particularly imagine seeing a Dream Witch band on a map like Sacred Heart, but I totally can respect it just because, again, if you put the main body in the center of the map, you get intense amounts of cipher pressure.
Yeah, and we are going to be looking at that mercenary and that psychologist coming in for those first picks. Definitely going back towards those tankier survivors, looking to just stay alive as long as possible. Psychologist, always such an asset, especially on a map like this. We've seen some really, really strong plays with that psychologist able to just heal up survivors while they're in the midst of those walled areas on this map. I believe it was Call of the Abyss. I cannot remember what round, but there was a mechanic, I believe, who was healed up like instantly by that psychologist,
Yeah.
distance heal, and able to kite through. But yeah, just absolutely, psychologist, such a strong character, coming into this new meta, and yeah, really, really, strong potential here, and especially paired with that mercenary, if you happen to heal that mercenary with that psychologist heal, it takes a lot less time than than healing in the more traditional way.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I always feel like if I comment on survivors and everything, I just have this extreme amount of bias. But I think that's why I'm like glad that you and I are both paired together here, because you have more insight on what it's like to be a hunter main than it is to be a survivor main. So I can definitely like bounce that off with you. But I mean, I'm super biased. I'm also a psych main. I'm a psych main, and I'm a barmaid main. Like, there's no winning for me. And it does look like we are going to be seeing an antiquarian and I believe that is a toy merchant ban, on vice versa side here. And, I mean, toy merchant, same exact reason as priestess, distance, height, she can get anywhere fast. And if you are trying to chase that is the last thing that you want.
Yeah, definitely, especially on a map like this, able to pull out that catapult almost anywhere within that, within the central hospital. And oh, yep, we are going to see that dancer coming out to play. I was about to say, she hasn't been banned yet. We could very well be seeing her up here, and we sure are. Such a strong kiter, and especially, in those walled areas, in that hospital, and able to get that speed boost dropping out from the hospital windows. So just such a strong character, Never thought that female dancer would be meta. I remember last year, and I believe the year before as well, there was that one Korean player, MS I'm So Sexy, who I had to change their username this year to MS I'm So Ovo, and I noticed that. Very entertaining there, but yeah, sort of pioneering that dancer within like a tournament meta. But
He carried
yeah,
solo last year.
yeah, definitely, pulling out that dancer, and sort of just, before that buff, before the able to pick up those boxes after after she's placed them, um, and just sort of solidifying her in this meta, somebody did it first. And that's the thing, with the changes in the meta, IDV NetEase has sort of dedicated themselves a little bit to trying to change up the survivor side of the meta, and we're finally seeing its effects about 2 years after they said they were going to start doing it.
I agree. Like, I'm really, really excited. Especially just because, like, I remember playing not Barmaid. I remember playing Dancer before her buff and everything, and I remember being like, this is good, but can she be better? And, now that you're seeing that she can be better, you're obviously going to reap the benefits, but when you reap benefits, you sow losses. And unfortunately, at the end of the season, we're taking what we can get here. Get your badges while you can. They are going to be nerfing her, unfortunately.
Not by too much, though. I feel like it's not going to be enough to knock her out. But we are going to see that entomologist coming in as the last ban once again. Yeah, always, such a strong assist, such a strong kiter, and able to just maneuver with those bees. We saw, even if it didn't quite go according to plan, we saw how strong that antiquarian was last round, just using that speed boost. I believe entomologist gets a similar speed boost of about like 5-ish% with those bees, able to ride them. But yeah, I'm not sure how fast the bees go, but it's definitely, about the same speed as Reggie Inspiring. Yeah, they're very fast. Yeah, but it's such a strong ban, definitely something that you just want to be able to take off the table as soon as possible. But yeah, really, really excited to see what will be locked in as this last survivor pick. I'm so sorry. I do not remember who is hunting and who is surviving right now. I believe possibly Strawberry Milk on the side of the survivors, just based on the rescuer picks.
Yeah, Strawberry Milk is our survivor. Oh,
okay, thank you. We are going to see that Prospector coming out here, not banned this round as he was previously, but yeah, definitely. Yeah. on a map like Sacred Heart, there are
just kidding.
So many good areas for him to get those magnet stuns off. And yeah, just such a strong survivor. Even as the chat is saying right now, even with that nerf coming through, I don't believe it's going to really hurt him yet. Still such a strong survivor with those with those rechargeable magnets, all those survivors. It's very interesting, I've seen a lot of people sort of questioning hunters like the Hermit, the Night Watch as well, with those sort of skills that instead of having a traditional cooldown, they just sort of recharge and then you can use them. And it's like, Priestess has had those since the beginning.
Yeah,
For those recharge, they don't have a cooldown until you're out of them. Prospector has those magnets recharging, don't have to worry about them until you're out of them. And now that hunters have it, it's a problem. But sometimes people just need something to complain about. When it comes to
I love complaining. So let's go.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good, Sometimes you just gotta find something.
I think it's within my right as someone who works customer service to complain, okay? It's my one time.
Hey, I also work customer service.
Then you get
That's why I gotta keep a positive attitude in all other aspects of my life, otherwise I will go underwater.
I'm forced to be positive at work, so I get to be negative sometimes. But
sometimes you can take out your negativity on the survivor side of Identity 5. This is why I main Hunter.
No. Unfortunately, I'm evil. It looks like we are getting our lock-ins for our traits. It looks like we have both the Psychologist and the Dancer with Broken Windows. Our Prospector will be carrying Flywheel, and our Merc, of course, will have Tide. I feel like this would be unfortunate if the Merc didn't have Tide, but we had this conversation last where I have seen way too many without it.
Yeah, definitely something that you see a little less often. in these higher tiers. I just got the chat just updated with Bones blink twice if you need help. We don't have face cam, so you can't see anything. So whether or not I'm blinking right now, that's up to you. That's up to personal interpretation. I'm doing great though. Thank you
Customer
all for
service
coming,
for
by the way.
me.
Oh, okay.
Guys, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you all so much for coming out
No,
here to watch us. Always such a great co-caster. I'm always having fun here.
Me
Yeah,
too.
and these have been such fun matches as well. Thank you to all the players. Thank you, of course, to our wonderful organizational team, Checkmate. I mentioned earlier, Strawberry Milk's kind of a home team advantage. I believe they're either friends with or coached by something along those lines of the person organizing the tournament. So thank you all. We are going to see an Axe Boy as our hunter this way. Definitely makes sense with that entomologist fan. But yeah, very, very excited to see that Axe Boy coming out to play. Definitely, a hunter that is one of those few hunters that can be really, really strong on a map like this, able to use those souls through the walls. Yeah, just very, very excited to see how I believe we are. Are we still? Yeah, we're still looking at Jose on the hunter side. So yeah, definitely really, really excited to see how this turns out. Could definitely, still turn things around for vice versa coming into this final round, or almost final round. Final group of...
Final grouping.
Take the mic. Please take the mic.
Well, I am really excited to see an Axe Boy on this map, especially just because the double hit hunter aspect of Axe Boy is very competitive, especially when you're going up against a stunner like the Prospector. I was gonna say earlier, the Prospector is one of those characters on Sacred Heart that you have to be careful with, just because I don't think no one acknowledges it as much, but there are a lot of lockers in a lot of ciphers in the area, and usually that just means that the Prospector will get that speed boost straight off.
Yeah, any metal item, I believe, with that magnetism.
Yep. Honestly, Axe Boy is one of those characters, like, perfect choice, especially with the team composition like we have here. That's like our Prospector, our Merc, our Psychologist, and our Dancer. Double hit hunters are always something that you have to be very cautious with, especially just because I know that the Psychologist can take that extra hit, but with the distance that an Axe Boy has with those souls, it's just it's a little difficult sometimes. Soul sniping is really feasible. There's a lot of coverage in a map like this, and I know it gives you that red indication line of coming from, but even then, sometimes it's really hard to see it.
Yeah, good Axe Boys, you will never see that soul hit coming. I do see a little bit of confusion in the chat with Jose on the hunter side. Yeah, the hunter's name is Jose. Probably could reference him as UKJ, UK Joe. But yeah, that did give me a little bit of trouble in that last matchup where we did actually have a first officer. But, Jose versus Jose.
It happens.
We are going to see this Axe Boy headed right towards that Prospector. I should really start referring to the survivors by names more often. I don't know how I've missed the opportunity to say trash bag throughout this entire stream, but I'm going to take full opportunity of it now. Beautiful soul snipe here on trash bag.
Excellent. I mean, it's to be expected, especially with high tier Axe Boys. Excellent use of that magnet
Ooh.
in the doorway, and it was an excellent stun. The soul unfortunately just didn't give the Axe Boy the distance that he wanted from that. Luckily though, planting that tree there really helps.
Ooh, oh, there
gap.
we go.
Beautiful soul snipe coming off.
Yeah, really able to just use that Axe Boy's kit to the best of his abilities. Not even needing to pop that blink on the first kite, just Soul Snipe done. Already at that first presence, we will see that Restful Road coming into play here. Oh, missing that soul hit on the Mercenary, but knows the Mercenary is here and definitely going to just continue to pressure that. Using an L pad to get closer to the chair, but yeah, not great, but we are going to see the Mercenary take that hit. Pretty clean rescue, all things considered. Oh, and a soul hit, but yeah, it's gonna be neutralized
Beautiful
by that
stun.
Yep, Psychologist dropping that pallet and just sort of heading out of the area, breaking that distance, but doesn't really want to take the kite. Prospector, you know, still doing a really solid job of just keeping this Hunter occupied as the decoding goes by. We're going to see that Dancer busy breaking a tree, but the Mercenary still on that Cypher as the chase continues over towards the statue. And, oh, wow.
Beautiful flywheel effect coming in from that Prospector, and unfortunately get that stun in. Blink is still up, and there was speaking of Blink,
right on time.
Off of that Axe Boy. I mean,
they're calling you the Seer.
You know what? I'll take his job any day. He's got a nice fiance. I'll take her too. Just kidding.
Whoa.
But I'm married.
A little bit of home wrecking here.
No, I'm married.
Going on mid-match. He's not even here. We don't even have a Seer on the field.
He got banned. He's gone. Bye.
But yeah, Prospector is going to be expiring very, very fast. I do believe that UKJ has that increased chair time with Control Freak, able to just eliminate those survivors as soon as humanly possible. As soon as boyishly possible, I should say. But we are going to see another Cypher pop from the Mercenary. Dancer hard at work on another one, but we're going sort of trying to just find another target here, using that for a speed boost. But we are going to see the very, very prominent and loud box setup here from that Dancer. Fast box here, able to help her kite. Pallet dropped on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, there is no hiding here, especially with, just because the accessory.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a prisoner accessory as well.
Giveaway there.
Very, very bright, very, very obvious. But, you know, Dancer boxes are always like that, so not really, you know, performance inhibiting to use an accessory. And, you know, Snow Lotus is such a nice accessory, so definitely.
I agree.
Really loving the fashion here on the side of Juniper specifically with that Vile Blossom
Beautiful
skin.
hit. I mean, there, the pallet didn't go down, but I mean, the Axe Boy was just close enough to hit through the pallet and to back off. I mean, that's such like the excellent like wonders of hitboxes in general is like you can hit through pallets without them even being in the area. Ooh,
yeah,
wonderful soul snipe.
Yeah, beautiful soul hit from a UKJ here. You know, that Dancer was not in a very fun position there with all of those souls around. Just able, you know, having all those trees in the area, having those souls attached to the Dancer as well. Just very, you know, that's the strength of Axe Boy, you know, just able to keep up this pressure. And especially with how great Jose's aim is with those souls, just very, very strong work. We're going to see that Mercenary coming back in here. Cypher is, I believe, at around 70%, so, you know, a little bit of time to spare. But Dancer will be hitting half chair soon. Definitely hoping to, oh, yep, getting that basic hit. And I believe that was a 49% rescue, so Dancer still has another chair to sit on and wait for herself to take off. But that blink is already back up. Missing that soul hit here, but that chase, you know, just sort of trying to buy time. But the Cypher is prime. So
I was gonna say that Cypher is sitting right at 99 there. So even if the Dancer does have like that little bit of chair time left, I don't think I don't know how useful that'll be. Especially with a... Ooh, okay, beautiful hit coming off of this S-Boy. I was gonna say, especially for going down to the last two, if this Dancer, Wow, beautiful blink. Unfortunately with the chair time left, hopefully both of them are at the gate, and they looks like they are. I would say, like, there's just a hard play here if they were still waiting for the hatch, if we were going to get one through the gate, one through the hatch here, just because of the chair time at the end. But I mean, that was a beautiful tie, and honestly, UKJ, beautiful, beautiful axe boy plays. That female dancer had about 110 seconds of kite, but definitely also made up for the 80-second per prospector kite with the amount of decoding that she had too. I mean, they all had wonderful decoding and wonderful containment type. The psychologist barely saw that axe boy at all this whole match. She was definitely like in her lane, minding her own business, and honestly, good for her. I feel like that's even like, I really think that's sometimes the best thing you can do.
Yep, just sit back and wait, and yeah, just absolutely beautiful, beautiful maneuvers. Actually, you know, trying to get that soul hit, probably could have just waited a little bit longer, not taken that basic hit when the opportunity arose, just barely missing that soul right before the pop there. But, you know, just absolutely beautiful blink there at the end, really great knowledge of the Axe Boy's hitbox, able to still pull off that blink heavy hit combo, and just catch the female dancer off guard. Unfortunately, just wasn't enough to get anything above a draw, but, you know, still a very, very strong performance from UKJ on that Axe Boy. And, you know, as you were saying, like, that psychologist just minding her own business, it just really speaks to the teamwork and the communication of Strawberry Milk, where, you know, the psychologist can afford to do that. She doesn't have to go out to rescue. She doesn't have to do anything but decode, because, you know, she doesn't have any decoding debuffs. Unlike the mercenary, you know, keep the mercenary on the rescuing, and that psychologist is just able to, you know, mind her own business, decode, get that 235% decoding, and only 15 seconds of containment. She just dropped that pallet in the way of the prospector's kite, assisting that kite into the hospital, and carried on, you know? Just very, 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 very strong gameplay from Strawberry Milk. And it looks like, yeah, we are going to head into this round 3 with a tie. I'm unsure if this guarantees I don't... Let me see. Oh, yes, okay. Strawberry to be moving on. That draw did guarantee them moving forward. I believe Vice Versa would have needed a 3k in order to continue with this round. Yes, Vice Versa would have needed a 3k. I can do math now. They would have needed a 3k to... I figured it out.
At least one of us has.
Yeah, they would have needed a 3k. Unfortunately, UKJ just not able to get that third down, that third chair in order to secure, you know, even just going into that second half of round 3. But just wonderful, wonderful work from both sides. Really tying it up there in that second round. So impressive on the side of Vice Versa.
I was gonna say, like, that first round hit really hard, and then the fact that Vice Versa and Strawberry Milk just kept up with each other, like, through and through, from the second round up until the third here, I mean, was phenomenal. I mean, seriously, great teamwork with both parties. I'm heavily impressed. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm so impressed with both teams.
Yeah, just such strong work, you know, from both sides. And we are going to be seeing Strawberry Milk moving on to that next round. And yeah, there's going to be more brackets tomorrow. Unfortunately, I am not going to be there. But you will, S. I believe you have the first?
Yeah, I'm the first bracket tomorrow, so definitely...
Wow.
I know, I'm here early tomorrow for once, but definitely make sure to stop by tomorrow, and say hi. It's always a pleasure seeing your face in chat, and I always have such a really fun time talking with everyone. And even joking with everyone. I hope, I hope you doesn't mind how goofy I can be. I'll try to mellow myself out for him.
I mean, judging from the commentary last match, I think you can afford a little bit of silliness. As long as you're willing to sing, I think you'll be fine. But, yeah, no, thank you all for coming. Hello to everybody in the chat as well. Thank you for keeping up the lizard counter as well, and just bearing with us. I know we did get a little bit silly today, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you again so much, as for commentating with me. Thank you again to Checkmate staff for organizing all of this. And yeah, props to Strawberry Milk for overcoming the loss of that parrot in order to take this first round. So yeah, I believe unless S you want to say anything else, I believe we are good to go.
I mean, honestly, all I want to just say is like thank you everyone for coming in. The teams, thank you to the players and everything. Like honestly, it's phenomenal. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to continue having fun with everyone every weekend until the tournament's over. Honestly, getting to know and experience everyone, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I believe let me just check. I want to see who's playing tomorrow because I know let me see. Yep. So we actually there's only one bracket tomorrow. I forgot. The team Halcyon, there was a team that dropped out, so Halcyon will be moving on to the next round automatically. They were supposed to play in the second bracket tomorrow, but since the other team dropped out, that will not be happening. So they automatically move on. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST, we will be seeing Team Activators versus Team You're On Your Own. Definitely, you know, going to be a super exciting matchup there. Really, really excited. A lot of experienced players on both sides. So yeah, almost wish I was commentating for that as well, but you know, S, you're gonna do great. You, who commentated earlier, also going to do amazing. Definitely stop by and tune in for that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see everyone tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. It's gonna be super fun.
Yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I think we've dragged this out long enough.
I think so.
So yeah, thank you all, and I will see you whenever next scheduled, and you can see S tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Woo!
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.